My Taropist is now in session. Hello. Hi, Aries friends. Whoops. Okay, my mic's a little wobbly. That's all right. All right. Hi, I'm Jessica. I'm the owner of My Taropist. Welcome to my channel. I've been doing this now to welcome everybody. I'll probably do something different next time you see me. But anyways, hi. I'm so glad that you're here. I am Jessica. I'm the owner of My Taropist. And we're going to do a My Taropist session for you guys. So My Taropist session is my signature spread. It's based on dialectical behavioral therapy. Well, it's inspired by, I should say, really. And we look at your mental energy. We take a look at your interpersonal relationships, what's bothering or distressing you, if anything. And then we also take a look at your emotional energy. And then if we have time at the end, we will get some advice for you, maybe see what the predictive outcome is. It just all depends on how the reading goes. And we never know how the reading is going to go because we're just flowing with spirit here. These are intuitively led readings. So I am an intuitive tarot reader. And I am going to go ahead and get started, you guys. If you're new here, welcome. Please do subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video for you. I also go live every Friday, which I like to call 5 Free Fridays. And 5 Free Fridays are so much fun. I do an all signs reading. I'm now starting this week doing every Friday here on YouTube on the channel, and then also on Instagram at My Taropist, going live simultaneously. I'm so excited to try this. I'm nervous and I'm excited to do live on both platforms at once because I'm usually I flip-flop back and forth, and then finally I was like, you know what, actually a friend gave me the advice and she's fantastic. Hi Shelly, if you're watching. Probably not, because you're not an Aries, but who knows. But anyway, she was like, no, you got to do it at the same time, and I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So we're going to try it this week. Every week is a different kind of all signs reading. If you follow me on Instagram, I do a poll usually to have people vote on which topic they want the reading to be. So it's a lot of fun. Join us, friends. Join us at My Taropist. And yeah, let's go ahead and without further ado and get into your reading, friends. So I've already shuffled your energy into this deck. I'm going to split the deck toward you, and as I do so, please look into my eyes and take a deep breath with me. Ready? And that one card wanted to flip over. Ooh, the Empress wanted to flip over for you guys. You manifesting some abundance in this season, feeling good about yourselves, dealing with a Taurus or divine feminine energy. Maybe you are a divine feminine. Maybe you're a mother. Maybe you have stuff that you're dealing with your mother. But regardless, on the bottom of the deck, you got the Judgment card. So that's a very different energy, isn't it? Underneath that, King of Swords. So I feel like you guys are having to make a major decision in your life right now. This is a big decision that you're having to make. And I feel like you're making it logically. You're relying on your logic, your intellect, and your reason to make this decision. You want to do what's most fair and balanced to you, Six of Pentacles, or for you in this season. Now, for some of you, you could be having someone come back around. I hate to be that person, but with the Judgment and the King of Swords, because you are Aries, this is not your energy that I'm seeing. I've got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So some of you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person coming back into your life. Maybe someone that in the past you've set boundaries with because maybe there was a lack of equal give and take. Maybe someone that you block communication with, or you're avoiding communication with. Maybe someone that has breadcrumbed you for some. Okay, some of you might feel like you've been kind of struggling to move things forward or manifest some new beginnings in your life. For others of you, you could have moved recently, and that could be part of this too. Trying to manifest some new beginnings elsewhere, friends, making plans towards your future and moving towards your future. Okay, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot. I feel like some of you are leveling up in your job, or you're very focused on your work and your career in this season. Wow. But for some of you, this is a relationship. We've got King and Queen of Pentacles with this Ace of Pentacles. So some of you could be entering into a committed relationship, a new one, especially with this Page of Wands underneath that, and the Magician and the Three of Wands are trying to move a relationship forward toward a higher level of commitment. Okay. There's a lot going on here. It's a lot of different it's kind of all over the place, you guys. There's a lot of little mini messages that I gave for you, Aries. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We're going to go ahead and start now your general reading. Again, energies are fluid. This is general, so there's no way that I'm going to tap into every single one of you guys' personal stories from beginning to end. Although I might. That has happened, and it does happen, so it could. And if it does, leave me a comment and let me know what does resonate or how it all resonates for you. But my hope and prayer is always that there's at least one message that is going to be in this reading for you. So stick around to the end and find out what that message is, friends, okay? All right, let's get into it. What is in the mental energy of my Aries people? What is in the mental energy of my Aries people? Okay. I just keep hearing big decisions. So some of you might be having to make some really big decisions about your future, I feel like, in this season. It's not what I'm seeing here that came out for you, but that pre-shuffle, it's still kind of hitting. So for some of you, it may have to do with you kind of buckling down and like really committing to something that's going to have some long-term stability for you. Maybe something to do with your career. Maybe you're refocusing your energies and how you see growth and potential for your future in your career. For some of you, it is relationship, making a decision about a relationship, how you're going to invest in yourself, you know. For some of you, you might be feeling like, you know, you might be kind of having to sort of stand your ground against others, maybe other people's opinions about what you should do. But ultimately, that judgment call, that decision is yours to make. And I think you're making it from a very logical, reasoned place, okay? So what you got in your mental energy is the Four of Cups and the Strength card. This is Leo energy. Some of you could have a Leo on the brain. For some of you, especially if this is someone you're waiting for communication from, and maybe they haven't been communicating with you. And as I said, that Ten of Wands, Ace of Wands underneath that, and then the Queen of Wands underneath that. So for some of you, and then the Fool, and then the Knight of Wands underneath that. So some of you definitely could be dealing with the Leo, but this is also a lot of fire energy, which is your energy too, Aries. I do feel like for some of you, you're waiting to have a new beginning, a new start with somebody. For some of you, you are looking to move, or you have moved, or start a new beginning elsewhere, okay? And maybe that has kind of, even though it might be a lot of stress right now, a lot of burden, like a lot of responsibility, this new beginning that you're starting, okay, I think you guys are fighting the urge to feel overwhelmed by it. You know, maybe there have been some obstacles along that path or that journey, or if not obstacles, just like it might feel like a lot of responsibility that you've just taken on, okay? Even though this new beginning is really making you feel yourselves like you're in your own strength and power in this, in your own energy here with this Queen of Wands, you know, in this Fool card. This new beginning might be having you feel yourself, you know, it might be bringing you a lot of joy and happiness here. You know, it's like, it's something that I feel some of you might have had to fight for, this new beginning, for a really long time. Something that, yeah, it's a new cycle that you guys have entered in. Here's your energy, Aries, with the Emperor underneath that. You guys have started a new cycle, a new chapter in your lives, I feel like. And for some of you, this is requiring you to take on a lot more responsibility than maybe you have been used to in the past, okay? But I feel like with this energy in your mental, Four of Cups Strength card, you know, in a certain respect, this Ten of Wands, this new added responsibility, this new beginning, even though it's inspiring to you and you're feeling like really good about it, at the same time, there may be some disappointments along this journey as well. I think the burden of the responsibility you guys are really trying to overcome in the Strength card, fight the urge to kind of get in a really down and depressed and depleted place, you know, in your mental space, okay? There may have been, like I said, some disappointments, but you're really trying to overcome them. I think you guys are just really focused on your happiness and your overall goals right now. It's sort of like also too, what I'm picking up on is this energy of, and this is just really the intuitive part of this, but you know how sometimes you've been reaching for this goal, like you really, really wanted to achieve this new beginning, like you really had this goal in mind, your eyes were on the prize, you were really, really focused on this particular thing or this new beginning, right? And it's like once you get it, once you have that thing that you've been hoping for and dreaming for, sometimes there's a tendency to get a little melancholy. You might be thinking back on the past, on things that you've lost or people that have let you down or situations that were disappointing and not fulfilling to you, right? Thinking about, it kind of stirs up a lot of stuff, especially like a move, if that's what you're experiencing. And that's not for everybody, okay? But it's like, whatever this sort of wish fulfillment and this new beginning is, it's like sometimes it kind of, for some of you, there's a whole aside message. Let me just say this really quickly. I know I'm interrupting my own self, but for some of you, there's a new sexual interest that you might have, okay? Especially if it's a Leo person. Doesn't have to be. It could be another fire sign. But for some of you, there's a new, you might be feeling if it's not a new person, you might be feeling a little bit horny right now and really needing a sexual release, okay? For some, that's not for everybody. But the overarching message that I get from majority of you Aries, right, is the one I'm saying, is it's sometimes when we get that thing that we've been wishing and hoping for a really long time, it kind of leaves us in this energy of feeling down, and for example, if you take a trip and you've been looking forward to this trip, you go on this trip, you have a great time, and then it's you come home and you're oh, you just feel really down, you know what I mean? Or you get that dream job that you've always hoped that you would, and you finally are in that position, and then you're oh, and it's kind of a letdown. So there is a scientific reason for that. This is a real thing, you guys. It's sort of our brains, we're always trying to go back to a place of homeostasis, right? So it's the same, it's the pleasure and pain parts of our brain. I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to sound very great explaining this to you, but get the gist of what I'm saying, okay? Feel me. You feel me? Okay. So they're so closely connected. But our brain is always trying to get back to this place we're always trying to get to this place of homeostasis. So we go too far in one direction, too far in the realm of pleasure, there's this letdown because our body, we can't sustain that for too long, right? Same with pain. If things are too down, if we're feeling too down, too depleted, too depressed or anxious, or things are kind of shitty, right? Internally, it's we can't sustain that for too long. And that's sort of where that saying, I want to sing Wilson Phillips, now hold on for one more day. Things are going to change. They're going to go your way, friends, right? It's true, because they will, because your brain's always trying to get back to center, right? It doesn't want to ever go too far in either direction and wants to go back to center. So you have this big high, and then it's oftentimes you'll drop down to this low, and you'll then you start chasing that high, right? It's oh, well, shit, now what's the next thing? What's the next thing? Because you want to feel good again, right? But that's not the key. The key is to really stay here, not to go too far here or too far there. So if you are experiencing that, friend, for some of you, it's just a bit of feeling overwhelmed from all this new responsibility that you might be taking on in this season. But it's also if you're starting to feel this sort of disappointment, I feel you guys are getting control of that, for one. I think you're really trying to temper that and not allow yourself to feel too disappointed or too down. I think you're really trying to overcome whatever mental struggles that you might have been facing, right? And to stay hopeful and to stay optimistic. But if you're starting to feel a little bit just hold on, because it's going to get better, okay? And don't start getting in this energy of trying to chase the high, right? But I feel you got this. I feel you guys need to really start believing in yourselves. If you do have this new beginning is creating this new sense of responsibility, you got new things on your plate, a lot of things that you're juggling, and it kind of is this thing, it's oh, and now this, and now this, and now that thing. Don't worry about it, friends. You got this. You guys, you got this, okay? And I feel in this mental space, you guys are really definitely overcoming any disappointments, any feelings of, not having enough or not being enough or whatever it is. And I think you guys are really holding, you're starting to see the light, and you're focusing on the thing that brings you the most joy and this new beginning and the optimism and the good parts of it. Okay, so stay on that. If this was something that you always dreamed would happen for you, or if you're still trying to manifest that thing and it's not quite here yet, and maybe that's what the burden is, right? Because you know there's a new beginning coming and you want that you want to be in that happy place. And it's like, if you're not there yet, friends, you're going to get there. Just stay hopeful, stay optimistic, and overcome any of these mental challenges that would try to keep you away from the sun, that would try to keep you away from your joy, your happiness, your optimism, okay? What is in the interpersonal relationships of my Aries people right now? What's going on in the interpersonal relationships of my Aries? Woo, okay. We got some jumpas. Oh, okay. So Princess of Wands. Could be talking to somebody new. The Magician. 3 of Wands. Okay. Lots of fire energy in your reading, you guys. Bottom of the deck, we have 8 of Pentacles. Underneath that, the King of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And underneath him is the freaking Queen of Pentacles. You have a perfect pair, my friends. Look at that. And with this 8 of Pentacles, since this is interpersonal, this is either to do with your mother and father, parents, and maybe child if you have one. But more importantly, let's read this romantically, because I kind of feel like that's what it is. I think that, especially, listen, here's a side message. If some of you guys moved recently, if you did, or you're traveling, I do feel like you might start having some new options in this new place where you are. If you're out exploring the world, you might be finding that you have multiple options to choose from. And if you are now if you've moved yourself into a new home, a new location, okay, or even if you've started a new job, for some of you, you could be finding that you have multiple options in this new place. Some of them good, some of them not so good. So just be mindful of that. But I feel like there could be one that is somebody that you have been, a relationship that you've been manifesting that has a potential to move forward and go the distance here. I think you've really kind of conjured up, for some of you, potentially a long-term committed partner here, okay? Someone that really wants to truly commit to you, okay? This is like someone, could be a businessman, businesswoman, or just someone who's very nurturing, very grounded. This earth energy could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could also be, for some of you, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, but this could also be you. It could be someone that's actually manifested you and sees you as the prize, right? And if you haven't started talking to this person yet, I do believe that there is somebody that is right around the corner. Like, I feel like you guys are going to find yourself maybe very quickly in a new relationship. It could start small with like a small flirtation, you know, again, some sort of like sexual energy, like maybe it might start small, like, you know, as like a little hookup. But the truth is, like, I do think that you guys are finding, like, you're going to find yourselves in a relationship. And you may start out with, like, again, like I said, multiple options. But there's one in particular that I think is going to be committed. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that because that's pretty tasty. But I'm feeling so strongly, especially if you guys are traveling, going to be traveling soon, maybe even over the holidays, maybe that soon. For some of you, this may extend into like the summer season, so watch out for that. Or later in the winter too, with the Pentacle energy here. Summer, winter, I feel very much like, or actually is Pentacle energy fall, I forget. But I do feel like in the next few months, you guys, if you're moving, if you're traveling, you may find multiple options. And while you're out exploring, or if you've moved into a new place, in your new like neighborhood or area or something like that, it's stirring up, I feel like you guys have stirred up some new energy in your lives, right? And so there's some new beginnings here that I think you're settling into. And I think as you start settling into that, you're going to find that you have some multiple options when it comes to relationships here, okay? It's pretty cool. Some of you, again, you could be doing like you might actually be trying to manifest this. Some of you might be doing like some kind of spell work to try to bring this person into your lives, especially if you're somebody that's very much wanting a relationship. But I feel like some of you guys are just accidentally falling into it also, okay? So that's fun. All right, what is bothering or distressing my Aries people? What is bothering or distressing my Aries people? I'm hearing sliding into my DMs, so someone might slide into your DMs and be like, hey, who are you? I like you, or whatever. I don't know. That's probably not what they would say. They probably know who you were, right? I saw you in my dreams. Queen of Swords is what's bothering or distressing you. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Underneath that, we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the King of Wands, and underneath that, the Six of Wands, and we got the Knight of Swords. There's a lot of people here. What is going on? What is going on with all these people? Some of you might have had a legal situation, okay? Like, I feel like for some of you, like, someone might have even served you papers, okay? If that's the case, though, I feel like you guys are going to have victory in that situation, okay? If someone is trying to come at you dirty, you know what I mean? If there's a legal, especially like I'm saying, like Queen of Swords looking like Lady Justice to me or whatever she's called, Lady Liberty, not Lady Liberty, you know, the Justice. Like in this one, it's just the hand with the things, but you see what I mean? Like normally, like Justice is blind, and then you've got she's holding the scales and she's got the blinder over her eyes. It feels like that. It feels like some of you might be finding yourselves under that Justice. I have 4 of Swords, I have 8 of Swords, and 7 of Swords, okay? So it could be someone, especially if I'm just getting this icky energy, if someone's like, be mindful, you guys, if like as you're investing in yourselves, and again, I feel like some of you have moved away from a situation or moved away from, you know, an energy that was making you feel anxious or causing anxiety, maybe insomnia, sleepless nights, some icky mental energy, and you're moving away from that icky mental energy, because I got 9 of Swords underneath the 6 of Swords, right? And you're moving towards your happiness. You're working on getting your happiness and your joy back in this season, and you're trying to really heal. And I see that too in your mental energy, right? You're working on your mental health. You're working on getting your mental strength back and stability back, and you're really truly investing in yourselves. And for some of you, it's like you might have been saving up a really long time for something. So especially if you're someone that moved recently or something to that effect, or taking a trip, like I said, traveling, or it could be anything. Maybe you bought a new car, who knows? It's like you're doing you're investing in yourself. And I feel like for some of you, it's been a really long time coming, right? And so it's like, if you are in that energy, I feel like there may be somebody that you have like blocked out of your life, or someone that you have tried to kind of cut ties with or separate yourself from, or maybe they did you, maybe someone that wasn't completely honest with you. Maybe there's some lying or deception in the past, and you've been healing from that situation. I feel like somebody is maybe coming back around to try to get one more in, you know what I mean? So just be really careful of that. There could, like I said, there could be a legal situation, like someone trying to serve you papers or some shit, you guys. But I feel like I said, you guys are going to have victory in that situation. So I really wouldn't worry too much about it, because I think you guys are going to have victory in it. So if you are worried about this, or again, if this is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person that you're having some kind of issues with, or again, if this is like you being afraid, maybe for some of you, if you have been working on your mental health and stability in this season, or even your financial stability, somehow you've been investing in yourself after a period of time of feeling very anxious, maybe a bit depressed, or I'm just getting a lot of like anxiety. It's feeling more like that, less than like depression. It's like some kind of mental issues that maybe in the past, like even if you were just dealing with like insomnia or something like that, okay? It's like whatever that was, that might have been causing you to kind of be blocked in your mental space, and you really were working on your healing. For some of you, I'm hearing like agoraphobia. Is that what it is? Where you're feeling like afraid to go out, you feel trapped. For some of you, it's like trapped in your own thoughts and in your own minds, and your thoughts were deceiving you and weren't kind. Like you weren't thinking good thoughts about yourself or about your situation. It's like if you were in that energy, friend, I know these are a couple different stories that I'm saying here, but I'm feeling both of them pretty strongly. And you might be kind of just feeling like, oh, it's only a matter of time before I get back into this mental space that's unhealthy for me. It's only a matter of time before this wheel goes back down, and I go in this downward spiral again. I don't feel like that it's true, you guys. I don't feel like it's true. So stop telling yourselves that. Stop speaking those lies to yourselves, you guys. Keep moving towards your victory here. I feel like you really are in this strong energy of like really overcoming any past like pains, hurts, and obstacles that you were facing. I feel like you guys are moving forward in such a beautiful way, and there's some great things happening in your life right now. I really do feel that for you guys. So don't allow your mind to start playing tricks on you and start telling you like this is only short-lived, it's not going to last. If you talk to yourself like that, my Aries friends, stop. Don't do that. Start speaking life to yourself. Start claiming your victory over these things, okay? And if there is somebody from the past that's trying to come back around and fuck with you all, I think you're going to have victory over that too. I really do. I really do. So don't start getting in your head and start, playing that old record again and again and again. Like that's done. That cycle's done and finished, right? I feel like you guys are a lot stronger than maybe some of you are giving yourselves credit for, okay? Take it as it resonates. What is going on in the emotional energy of my Aries people? What is going on in the emotional energy of my Aries people? Oh, if you guys... I forgot to mention, if you're wondering why the fuck does Jessica have Kathy Bates on her shirt, it is because this is a shirt for this show on Netflix called Disjointed. Yes, it is an older show, okay? Kathy Bates did star in it, but it is still streaming on Netflix, so you can still watch it there. And I did work on this show, which is why I have the shirt. It's not because, I'm not saying I wasn't a fan, but I'm saying the reason I have this is because I actually worked on the show. And if you guys watch it, you may find me in 3 episodes, and that's all I'm going to say about that. If you guys are really that cray-cray and you want to go try to find me, do that if you feel up to it. I'm not saying to do that, but I am saying it's a fun show. I especially liked part 2. That's all I'm going to say. And really fun people on there. I loved that cast. They were great folks, okay? And Kathy too. She's amazing. Amazing woman. Love her, truly. And so that is why she's on my shirt. So I know you can see the whole thing to see the name of the show, but yes, it's Disjointed, streaming on Netflix. And stream it, because, hopefully if people keep watching it, they'll keep renewing it on there. I mean, the show's done. It's done. It's been done. But I'm saying Netflix will maybe keep bringing it back, not bring it back new episodes, but keep it on the platform. I'll shut up now. Okay, that was too much. All right. Okay. All right. What is going on in the emotional energy of my Aries people? What's going on in the emotional energy of my Aries people? Oh, see? I told y'all. What? 8 of Wands. You guys are moving on up to the east side, to that deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up to the star. What? No, okay, that was stupid. I don't sing at all. But you guys are amazing. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Amazing, y'all. So listen, Linda. Or Larry. If you had any doubt but you guys are not manifesting some good shit and bringing some good energy into your lives. You are doing that, okay? You are moving forward very quickly towards some sort of wish fulfillment here, towards some emotional healing here with this emotional energy. I feel like you guys have really taken a step back. Hanged Woman underneath that. You took the time to kind of take a break, maybe unplug, recharge, see what was going on with yourselves, maybe in an emotional sense, because I feel like some of you guys were in the past struggling. I think there was some stuff deep inside of you, okay, Moon card, Two of Pentacles, that you guys were kind of juggling and wrestling with inside of yourselves, okay? You might have really been going back and forth for a really long time and started to do this deep dive and understand and come to this realization, like, I'm done feeling sad. I'm done feeling energetically, emotionally depleted. I'm done feeling depressed. I'm done, and you did your research and you realize, like, I know what I need to do to bring this emotional balance and stability back to my life. I know what I need to do, and it is time for a change, okay? And you decided to take some time. Maybe some of you, I'm hearing, like, maybe you were in therapy, maybe medication for some. Not for everybody, that's okay. And I think it's a great thing. Like, I highly recommend doing what you need to do to get here inside, okay? To get this Two of Cups, this emotional balance and harmony within yourselves, okay? And I feel like that's what you guys have done. You did the deep dive. You might have, like, gone back and forth on it, like, not sure if you really wanted to go there with yourselves, but you did. And you got a new perspective on the situation and what it was that was, potentially, like, causing you some emotional distress. Doing that inner work and really, really kind of confronting that shadow side, seeing both sides of yourself and integrating them with these Two of Pentacles and this Two of Cups energy. It's like you finally made friends with your shadow self with this Moon card here. You finally made friends with your shadow, and you realize, like, it's not anything to be afraid of, and you're integrating that energy and you're finding harmony and balance within yourself, okay? With all parts and sides of yourself, you're seeing yourself in a holistic way, and it is causing you to heal, and it's causing you to move forward toward victory here, okay? Towards some sort of wish fulfillment and toward your healing, more importantly, right? This is beautiful energy. You guys are doing great. You guys are just doing amazing, honestly. I think you need to give yourself some more credit, okay? Again, continue to speak to yourself also with words, using words that are healing, that are life-giving, that are hopeful. Again, keep positive. I'm not a positive vibes only person. I'm not saying to ignore any stuff that's going on, but I think you guys are already great. That's what I'm trying to say. So don't allow those old, once you've made peace with your shadow self, you don't, at that point, you realize, you're aware when you see those triggers coming. You're aware of that other side of yourself, okay? That maybe because you weren't friends with it before, you didn't, you know what I mean? You were pretending like it didn't exist and kind of pushing it down and trying to downplay it or trying to ignore it or do other things to keep yourself distracted from it. It's like, now that you've become aware of it and you've confronted it and you've healed and you made friends with it and you understand what it is, when you start to see those little triggers, when you start to see those behaviors or thought patterns or things start to resurface, that's when you realize, that's when you need to start immediately, taking control over it and start speaking life into yourself again and start reminding yourself and telling yourself, no, you can overcome this. You have overcome this, and we're not going to go back there again. We're moving forward, right, friends? We're moving forward very quickly toward our victory here, okay? This is great. What do we have coming up for my Aries people in the near future? Let's do that. Oh, that was quick. Okay. Please clarify what's going on. Okay, so for some of you, this sucks after that positive read. But okay, so the Three of Swords came out. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. So, and then underneath that, the Ace of Wands. I don't see this Three of Swords as being bad. I think that with this energy, I think you guys, well, first of all, like, point blank, yeah, there could be an end of a relationship coming for some of you. But what I'm feeling more so is like you guys are finally closing out any old cycles that were burdensome to you, that were painful to you, okay? Let me clarify though, so that you can move toward this new beginning and have your confidence and stability back. Some of you might be releasing some responsibilities, so you might be having to choose to let go of some responsibilities. So if you have taken on too much, maybe with work or home or something, like there may be too many things that like you might have taken on too much too soon, you might be deciding to put at least one or two or some of those things to rest. Like, you know what I mean? So if, like, for example, you've taken on like 10 jobs and you like, I only have the capacity to do one of these things. So you might have to put an end to something that was just excessive. Do you know what I mean? You might have taken on, it might be a little too excess. I want to also say, be mindful of how much you're spending in this season too. Like you might be out there like making it rain and acting like you gotta like that. Just be careful that you're not taking on these new responsibilities. Okay, whatever that is for you, friend, you know what that is. Just be mindful that you're not taking on more than you can actually handle. Okay, sometimes we get in this good mood and we feel like, oh, I can do this and that and this, and oh, I can afford this and this and that and that. And then the bills start coming in, or your schedule starts filling up, and then you realize like, oh, what the fuck was I thinking? I cannot do that, you know? So just be careful, okay? Please clarify this Three of Swords. Anything else on this Three of Swords for my Aries people? Yeah, Ace of Wands. Like I said, I didn't feel like that Ace of Swords was too scary. I mean, you guys are freeing up some old energies. You're healing from this heartbreak so that you can move towards something new, okay? There's a positive, and then underneath that, here we go again. There's, you guys got this, okay? Don't be in this woe is me, sad sack, whatever those heartbreaking endings were. There's new beginnings coming. You guys are going to be standing in your own strength and your own power. There's something new coming for you. You guys are feeling good. You're looking good, better than you think you do. So stop breaking your own hearts, you guys. That's old shit. There's new shit coming that is much better, okay? You could also be getting communication from somebody that broke your heart, especially if it was someone you're in a higher level of commitment with. That's for somebody. If you've been waiting for that, you've been burdened about this contact or this communication coming through, don't worry. I think it's going to work out. Like I said, I don't see that like these things aren't going to work out in your favor. It may be a little bit hurtful initially to make contact with this person or to hear from them, especially if they're serving you papers, like we said before. But again, I feel like you guys are going to come out clean because you're moving forward. this is all you moving forward, taking back control of yourselves and your situation and having beautiful new beginnings here. So all my best to you, my Aries people, congratulations. And that's not me blowing smoke up your ass. That's really that's the energy I feels very good for you guys. So congrats on all of your successes, whatever they are. Let me know in the comments. If this reading did resonate or any part of it did, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps so much. I'm like still a little teeny channel, and all of your support is so meaningful, and I love it, and I love you guys. Cheers to you, and don't forget to book a session with a real therapist, and go watch Disjointed on Netflix. It's old, but it's still good. All right, bye, you guys. Oh, yes, I'm going to take a drink. Bye.